Your life will never improve until you stop looking at others and start looking at yourself. Every moment you spend worrying about what others are doing is a moment stolen from your own growth. The people around you will always have opinions, distractions, and excuses ready. But your success depends entirely on what you do, not what they think. In Arsenling War, you must make a decision, invest in yourself, or remain stuck in the noise. Focus only on yourself, commit fully to your goals, and take actions every day that move your life forward. Number 1, commit fully to your growth without comparing yourself to others. Success is built on your actions, not your comparisons with others. If you want to make Arsenling the year that changes your life, you have to understand this simple truth. Growth is personal. It's not about what other people are doing, what they're achieving, or how fast they're moving. Every moment you spend comparing yourself to someone else is a moment you steal from your own potential. Your energy is limited, your focus is limited, and the second you allow yourself to measure your worth by someone else's progress, you give away control of your life. People will always be ahead of you in some areas and behind you in others. There's always someone richer, smarter, faster, or luckier. That's the reality of the world. But success is not about the other person. Success is about what you do with your own time, your own choices, your own energy. The only person you need to compete with is yourself. How are you doing today compared to yesterday? How are you improving this week compared to last week? That's where real growth happens. It begins with commitment. If you want to change your life, you have to commit to your personal growth fully, without distraction, without hesitation, without excuses. Commit to reading more, learning more, thinking more, doing more. Commit to being better than you were yesterday. And most importantly, commit to doing it for yourself, not to impress anyone, not to gain approval, not to compete with anyone. The results of this commitment will be your proof, not their opinion. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of progress. When you constantly check where someone else is, you take your eyes off your own path. You begin to question your own decisions. You start doubting your own abilities. You start believing in their timeline instead of your own. And that is where people stop moving forward. They see someone's results and feel discouraged. They see someone's speed and feel inadequate. But remember, you don't know their story, their struggles, or what they sacrificed to get there. Focus only on yourself and your story. Personal growth requires discipline. Discipline to focus when motivation is low. Discipline to work when results are not visible. Discipline to keep learning when everyone else is distracted. Discipline to put in the effort even when it seems like no one notices. And discipline to ignore the comparisons that keep you trapped in doubt. Your consistency builds your momentum. Your daily habits create your results, and the longer you focus on yourself without distraction, the faster your progress compounds. One of the most powerful habits you can adopt is reflection. Spend time evaluating yourself daily, weekly, and monthly. Where did you improve? Where did you fall short? What steps can you take to be better tomorrow? This reflection is not about beating yourself up. It's about measuring progress against your own standards. It's about understanding that your growth is a journey and that the only benchmark that matters is your own improvement. Surrounding yourself with the right environment is another essential step. If your friends, colleagues, or social circles constantly draw you into comparison, step back. If they focus on others' successes or failures and make you feel inferior or superior, distance yourself. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, who respect your focus, and who inspire you to be better without forcing you to compete. Your environment shapes your mindset. Protect it, guard it, use it to enhance your journey, not to derail it. It also requires clarity in your goals. When you know exactly what you want, the opinions of others lose their power over you. When your vision is clear, You can measure progress based on your actions and results, not based on the noise around you. Write your goals down, set clear steps, track your progress, celebrate small wins privately. The more clarity you have about your own path, the less room there is for distraction and comparison. Another element of growth is patience. You cannot control the speed at which life unfolds. You cannot make results appear overnight. You cannot accelerate your journey by worrying about someone else's success. The only thing you can control is your own work. The only thing you can guarantee is the effort you put in consistently, day after day. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Focus on what you can do today and let the results follow in time. Finally, understand this. The most successful people don't achieve greatness by copying others. They achieve greatness by being relentless in their own pursuit, by being committed to their own growth, and by ignoring the noise. They understand that comparing themselves to others is wasted energy. Their energy is invested in learning, improving, and executing. They measure progress in inches, in daily steps, in the habits they maintain. That is how ordinary people become extraordinary. That is how you can make Arsenling Arsawo the year you finally focus only on yourself. Frischel, commit to yourself fully this year. Protect your time, protect your focus, and refuse to measure your life by anyone else's standard. Your progress is unique, your journey is yours, and your success depends entirely on the effort you put into yourself. Stay disciplined, stay patient, and stay consistent. When the year ends, you will look back and realize that the choice to focus only on yourself was the most powerful decision you ever made. Number 2, protect your time from distractions that steal your progress. Your time is the only resource you cannot get back once it's gone. If you want to make Arsenling Arserwo year of real results, you have to guard your time as fiercely as you guard your health. Time is the foundation of every achievement. Every skill you build, every goal you reach, every dream you accomplish depends on the hours you invest. And yet, most people allow distractions to steal their days, their focus, and their potential. They check their phones endlessly. They scroll through social media. They say yes to things that don't matter. And before they know it, another day, week, or month has passed without meaningful progress. Distractions are sneaky because they don't appear as obstacles. They come dressed as urgent matters, harmless activities, or fleeting entertainment. They seem small at first, a few minutes here, a few minutes there, but those minutes add up. Hours are lost, days are lost, opportunities pass unnoticed. And if you are not intentional, your life will reflect all the moments you gave away to distractions. The difference between someone who achieves success and someone who does often comes down to the way they protect their time. Start by understanding the value of your time. Every hour is an opportunity. Every day is a building block. When you recognize that your time is more precious than money, more valuable than possessions, your perspective changes. You stop wasting it. You stop allowing others to dictate how you spend it. You make conscious decisions about where your focus goes. Protecting your time is not about being rigid or unkind. It's about being strategic and intentional. You must identify what steals your time. For some, it is social media. For others, it is endless entertainment. For others, it is people who drain energy without contributing positively. Once you know what your distractions are, you can take control. You can set boundaries. You can schedule your days so that your priorities come first. You can say no to things that do not align with your growth or your goals. Remember, every yes to something unnecessary is no to your progress. Creating a daily routine is one of the most effective ways to protect your time. Decide in advance what matters most. Allocate your hours to the tasks that drive results. Plan your mornings to focus on high-value work. Use evenings to review progress, rest, and prepare for tomorrow. Avoid checking messages or emails first thing in the morning, because that habit puts you in reactive mode instead of proactive mode. When you structure your day with intention, distractions lose their power over you. Another critical step is learning to say no. It's not rude, it's not selfish, it's necessary. People will always ask for your time. Friends, colleagues, family, even strangers. Some requests are important, but many are not. If every small request steals energy and focus from your goals, you have to be selective. Say no to things that do not support your growth. Say no to unnecessary commitments. Protect the hours when you can create, learn, and improve yourself. Saying no is the most powerful act of self-respect and long-term discipline. Focus is a skill, and it must be trained daily. Multitasking is not focus, it is fragmentation. Every time you divide your attention, your work loses quality and efficiency. When you focus on one task at a time and give it your full energy, you achieve far more in less time. Set periods of deep work where nothing interrupts you. Silence notifications. Close unneeded tabs. Commit fully to the task at hand. The results will compound over weeks and months, and your progress will reflect your ability to stay disciplined. Be mindful of the small moments. Waiting in line, sitting in traffic, or taking breaks can all be used wisely or wasted entirely. If you use these pockets of time to read, learn, or reflect, they add up. If you let them slip into mindless scrolling or daydreaming, they vanish without impact. Time is a collection of moments. Protect each one, treat it as an investment, because the way you spend these moments shapes your future. Accountability also helps protect your time. Share your goals and priorities with people who respect your focus. Let them know what you are building and why your time is precious. Avoid people who encourage distraction or undermine your discipline. Environment matters more than most. Realize the people, the settings, and the habits around you either safeguard your hours or steal them without warning. Protect your environment as fiercely as you protect your focus. Lastly, remind yourself daily that time wasted is opportunity lost. You cannot recover a single second. Every hour invested in your growth, however, pays dividends that no one can take away. The most successful people are not luckier or more talented. They are disciplined with their hours. They choose to protect their time, focus on what matters, and resist the distractions that pull most people off track. Arsen Ling Arsawa can be your year if you commit to doing the same. The message is simple but powerful. Protect your time, protect your focus, protect your life. Every choice matters. Every hour matters. Distractions are enemies of progress, but you have the power to overcome them. Make your time sacred. Make your hours productive. Make your days meaningful. When you protect your time consistently, your growth becomes unstoppable, your results inevitable, and your life aligned with your highest potential. Number 3, invest daily in skills that improve your personal value. Your personal value determines the income, opportunities, and results you will experience in life. If you want to make Arsen Ling Arsawar the year you rise above the crowd, you must commit to investing in yourself every single day. This is not about quick fixes or short-term gains. This is about building skills, knowledge, and habits that compound over time. Your personal value is not inherited, it is earned. The more you grow your abilities, the more doors open for you, the more influence you gain, and the more control you have over your life. Many people fail to understand the importance of skill development. They expect success to appear without effort. They think talent alone is enough. But the truth is simple. Every skill you acquire, every ability you refine, every bit of knowledge you absorb adds to your value. It does not matter if the world notices immediately. What matters is that you are building yourself consistently. Skill and knowledge are your foundation, and your future is built upon it. Daily investment does not mean grand gestures. It means small, intentional actions repeated consistently. 30 minutes of reading each day can transform your thinking in a year. Practicing a skill for 1 hour every day creates mastery over time. Learning how to communicate clearly, solve problems effectively, manage your finances intelligently, or lead others confidently all contributes to your personal value. The key is consistency. Sporadic effort will not yield results. Daily dedication compounds into progress that becomes visible and undeniable. Focus on skills that are relevant and practical. What does the world need? What can you offer that improves your life and the lives of others? Skills that solve problems, improve productivity, or create opportunities have tangible value. When you align your personal growth with skills that are in demand, your time spent learning is not wasted. You become a resource that others seek, respect, and rely upon. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities you attract naturally. Say, commitment to learning requires discipline. Motivation alone is fleeting. You will have days when you feel tired, distracted, or uninspired. Those are the days when growth matters most. On days when results seem invisible, you keep investing. On days when others are resting or wasting time, you show up for yourself. Skill development is a marathon, not a sprint. The compound effect of your effort will reveal itself over months and years, not hours and days. This is where true transformation happens. Avoid the trap of passive consumption. Many people read, watch, or listen to information without applying it. Knowledge without action has no value. Investing in yourself requires practice. If you read about communication, then speak intentionally and practice clarity. If you study leadership, then take responsibility and lead others in small ways. If you learn financial skills, then manage your money differently today. Action is what converts knowledge into value. Without it, learning is wasted effort. Reflection is also essential. Daily evaluation of your growth keeps you aware and accountable. Ask yourself what you learned today. Ask yourself how you applied it. Ask yourself what new skill you can acquire tomorrow. This reflection ensures that your growth is intentional and measurable. It prevents stagnation. It helps you see the incremental improvements that accumulate over time into significant results. Growth is visible when you track it and engage with it actively. Investing in yourself also means improving your mindset. Skills alone are not enough if your mental approach is flawed. Discipline, resilience, focus, patience, and self-confidence are all skills in their own right. How you think determines how you act. How you act determines your results. Dedicate time every day to strengthen your mindset alongside practical abilities. Reading, reflection, and practicing gratitude or self-discipline are daily exercises that increase your value exponentially. Do not fear that learning takes too much time. Every hour invested in skill development pays dividends that last a lifetime. The habits you form today, the knowledge you gain today, and the skills you sharpen today will open doors tomorrow. Those who achieve the most in life are not necessarily the smartest or luckiest. They are the most consistent in investing in themselves. Their focus on growth separates them from those who drift through life with no clear direction. Finally, remember this: your personal value is directly proportional to the effort you put into your development. The more you commit, the more doors open. The more doors open, the more influence and control you gain. Skill is power, knowledge is freedom. Daily investment in yourself ensures that Arts Healing Arsawul is not just another year, but a year of transformation, opportunity, and progress. Protect your time, dedicate yourself to learning, and make the person you become your greatest asset. Number 4, eliminate toxic influences that slow down your personal development. Your environment determines your success more than your talent ever will. If you want Arts Healing Arsawul to be a year of progress, growth, and results, You have to take a hard look at the people, habits, and influences around you. Toxic influences are everywhere. They disguise themselves as friends, entertainment, opinions, and routines. They whisper doubts, encourage distractions, and steal your energy. The people you spend the most time with, the media you consume, and the habits you maintain either elevate you or hold you back. If your goal is growth, you cannot afford to be passive about what surrounds you. First, understand what toxic influences really are. They are not always obvious. Some are loud critics who constantly point out your flaws. Some are supportive people who secretly undermine your efforts or make you feel guilty for pursuing your goals. Some are habits that waste your time or energy. Some are environments that drain motivation instead of fueling it. You must define influences clearly. If it makes you feel smaller, slower, or less capable, it is toxic and it has to go. Eliminating toxic influences starts with awareness. Pay attention to how people make you feel. Notice what activities leave you drained or unmotivated. Observe the messages you absorb from social media, news, or entertainment. Ask yourself, does this influence bring me closer to my goals or pull me away? The key is honesty. Many people keep harmful influences in their life because it's comfortable, familiar, or easy. Comfort is not your ally if you want growth. Awareness is the first step to taking control. Next, take action. Remove or distance yourself from influences that hold you back. This may mean cutting off relationships that constantly discourage or criticize you. It may mean limiting exposure to social media or negative news cycles. It may mean replacing habits that waste time with productive alternatives. Action is critical. Awareness alone does nothing. You must intentionally shape your environment so that it supports your growth, reinforces positive behaviors, and encourages focus. Protecting your energy is part of this process. Toxic influences drain emotional and mental resources. Every negative comment, comparison, or distraction takes energy away from your growth. If you let it accumulate, you will feel overwhelmed, stuck, or unable to act. Guard your energy fiercely. Choose who and what deserves your attention. Spend your time with people who challenge you positively, inspire you, and encourage progress. Surround yourself with habits, routines, and spaces that make it easier to stay motivated and focused. Develop boundaries. Saying no is not weakness, it is strength. When people demand your attention or pull you into their drama, respond with clear boundaries. Protect your focus and your priorities. When habits or routines tempt you to waste hours, enforce limits, your growth is not negotiable. Boundaries create structure. They signal to yourself and others that your time, energy, and attention are valuable. Those who respect their own boundaries experience greater control, productivity, and clarity. Those who do not are constantly reactive, overwhelmed, and distracted. Shift your attention to positive, eliminate the toxic, and then fill the space with growth-oriented people, activities, and habits. Read books that teach, listen to mentors who inspire, surround yourself with people who hold themselves accountable. Your environment shapes your mindset. If you want to be productive, motivated, and forward-moving, you must actively build surroundings that reinforce those qualities. Growth does not happen in a vacuum. It happens in a carefully designed ecosystem that prioritizes progress and shields you from negativity. Daily reflection is also necessary. Each day, evaluate what influenced you positively and negatively. Notice which interactions energized you and which drained you. Review habits that contributed to growth and habits that wasted time. Reflection allows you to adjust your environment continuously. It prevents you from falling back into passive patterns where toxic influences creep back in. Growth is intentional and requires constant vigilance. You cannot assume that once you remove negativity, it will stay gone. Remember that eliminating toxic influences is not about isolation. It's about selective engagement. You do not have to cut everyone off. You do not have to escape society. You simply choose influences that align with your values, goals, and vision for the future. Your social circle, media consumption, and daily routines should empower you, challenge you, and inspire action. Surround yourself with growth, and you naturally distance yourself from negativity without drama or conflict. Finally, understand the impact of this choice. People who protect their environment grow faster, achieve more, and experience less stress. People who ignore toxic influences remain stuck, distracted, and frustrated. Eliminating toxicity is not optional if you want results. It is a fundamental principle of progress. Commit to this action daily. Review, adjust, and protect. Shape your surroundings so they serve your highest potential. When your environment supports you, your growth becomes inevitable, your focus unstoppable, and your success unavoidable. Number 5, measure success by your effort, not by others' opinions. Your life is your responsibility, and your results come from your actions, not the approval of others. In Ersenling Arsawar, if you want to achieve real progress, you must stop letting other people's opinions dictate your choices. Too many people live their lives trying to impress, seeking approval, or comparing themselves to others. They look for validation in applause, likes, or compliments. They measure their worth by how others see them instead of the effort they put into their work, their growth, and their goals. True success comes from the actions you take and the dedication you show, but not from what anyone else thinks of you. People are quick to judge, and their judgments are often based on misunderstanding, jealousy, or their own insecurities. If you wait for everyone to approve of your choices, you will never move forward. You will be trapped in a cycle of hesitation, self-doubt, and fear. The reality is that most people are too busy living their own lives to focus on yours. Stop comparing. Stop waiting for. Measure yourself by the effort you consistently put in, by the small victories you achieve daily, and by the personal standards you set. Effort is measurable, tangible, and within your control. Results can take time, and they fluctuate. Recognition is unreliable, but effort is consistent. When you commit to doing your best every day, you are in control of your progress. Success is not about immediate approval. It is about consistent action over time. Every hour, every task, every choice contributes to the momentum that builds your future. If you track your effort rather than opinions, you create a metric that empowers you instead of a metric that enslaves you. Disregarding others' opinions does not mean you ignore feedback entirely. Constructive criticism can be valuable when it helps you grow. But opinions rooted in jealousy, negativity, or lack of understanding are distractions. They pull you off course. Every effort you make toward your goals will be scrutinized, questioned, or doubted. If you let that affect your confidence, your energy, or your focus, you will sabotage yourself. You cannot control what others think. You can only control what you do. And that is what truly counts. Commitment to effort requires discipline. Motivation is temporary and unreliable. Some days you will feel inspired, other days you will not. What separates those who succeed from those who fail is showing up and not giving their best effort regardless of how they feel or what others say. Effort is your personal standard. It is measurable by time, focus, and persistence. Success flows naturally from this consistency. People who focus on effort over opinions build resilience, self-confidence, and independence. They become unstoppable because their value is internally defined, not externally determined. Stop seeking validation. Stop posting for approval. Stop worrying about what others think about your decisions. These behaviors steal your energy, time, and focus. Instead, evaluate yourself against your own standards. Ask yourself if you gave your best today. Ask if you stayed disciplined and focused. Ask if you made progress on your goals. These questions are the only metrics that truly matter. When you prioritize effort over opinions, you control your progress, your energy, and your results. Remember, effort compounds. Small daily actions accumulate into significant achievements. Every time you choose action over hesitation, focus over distraction, and discipline over convenience, you invest in your future. This investment is invisible to most people at first. Others may criticize, doubt, or misunderstand your journey, but the results will show over time. The people who notice after the fact are often the ones who question you along the way. Don't worry about them. Worry about your effort. That is what guarantees progress. Self-measurement also builds accountability. When you track your own effort, you develop honesty with yourself. You cannot make excuses or blame others. You know whether you worked hard or not. You know whether you followed through on your commitments or gave in to distractions. This personal accountability is the foundation of all achievement. It strengthens your discipline, sharpens your focus, and ensures that you are moving forward even when regularly absent. It creates confidence. When you know that you are doing everything possible, you no longer depend on the approval of others. Confidence comes from preparation, persistence, and commitment. It is not an attitude you fake, it is a certainty rooted in action. When you measure success by your effort, you are free from the judgment, criticism, or opinions of others. You become self-reliant, self-assured, and unstoppable. Your growth is internally driven, and no external voice can derail your progress. Finally, understand this: opinions are fleeting, but effort lasts. Results take time, but consistent effort compounds. Recognition may never come from everyone, but your value increases every day. Measure your success by how much you put in, how consistently you act, and how committed you are to your own growth. The effort you give today shapes your future, your opportunities, and your personal development. Focus on your actions, ignore the opinions that distract you, and build a life that reflects your dedication, discipline, and perseverance. Number 6, create daily habits that reinforce focus and discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, and daily habits build that bridge stronger every day. If you want to achieve real results in Arsène Ling War, you must recognize that success is not created overnight. No, it is built through daily actions that reinforce focus, discipline, and determination. Habits are the foundation of achievement. Every decision, every routine, and every choice compounds over time. You cannot rely on motivation alone, because motivation is temporary. Habits, when developed and practiced consistently, carry you forward even on the days when you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. This is how winners operate every single day. Start by identifying the routines that contribute to your goals and those that distract you. Most people waste energy on activities that have no impact on their progress. They spend hours on social media, entertainment, or gossip. These habits drain energy and weaken focus. Replace them with routines that strengthen your mind, body, and character. Start small. An extra 10 minutes of focused work, intentional learning, or disciplined exercise is better than nothing. Small, consistent habits compound faster than occasional bursts of effort. Consistency is critical. It is not the size of your effort that matters as much as the regularity of it. Doing a little every day is more powerful than doing a lot sporadically. Focused daily habits create momentum. Momentum produces results. When you stick to routines that support growth, you create a rhythm that makes productivity and focus almost automatic. Discipline becomes easier because the habit itself supports it. The key is to repeat actions consistently, no matter how you feel. Your future depends on the routines you honor today. Create habits that reinforce both mental and physical focus. Mental clarity comes from structured routines, intentional learning, and reflection. Physical energy comes from proper sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Without energy and mental sharpness, even the most talented people fail to execute consistently. Establish rituals that prepare you for the day, such as planning tasks, prioritizing goals, and reviewing progress. Force focus by eliminating distractions, turn off notifications, limit unnecessary engagements, and commit blocks of time to important work. Habits designed to protect your focus make discipline easier. Accountability strengthens habits. Track your actions daily. When you measure progress, you are more likely to follow through. Use journals, apps, or simple checklists to record what you do. This keeps you honest with yourself. Habits that are not tracked often fail silently. The simple act of seeing progress or noticing lapses creates awareness and encourages consistency. When you know your effort is visible to yourself, you naturally work harder and stay disciplined. Accountability is a daily reminder of your commitment to your growth and goals. Prioritize high-impact habits. Focus on the routines that produce the greatest results for your life. Not all actions are equal. Some tasks contribute directly to growth, income, or progress, while others only provide temporary pleasure or distraction. Learn to distinguish between the two. Daily habits should support your long-term vision, not immediate gratification. The more you align your routines with meaningful goals, the more powerful your progress becomes. Each day is an opportunity to reinforce focus and discipline through intentional action. Prepare for obstacles. Daily habits are tested by interruptions, fatigue, and external pressures. Discipline is demonstrated in these moments. Plan your habits with flexibility that allows you to continue despite challenges. Protect your time fiercely. When priorities are clear and routines are structured, distractions lose their power. Developing resilience within your habits ensures that progress continues even when circumstances are difficult. The ability to maintain focus and discipline under pressure separates those who succeed from those who falter. Reflection and adjustment are essential. Habits are not static, they evolve as your goals and life circumstances change. Review your routines regularly. Identify what works, what needs improvement, and what should be eliminated. Self-reflection allows habits to become more efficient and effective. It prevents stagnation. Habits that no longer serve your growth must be replaced with ones that do. Continuous improvement ensures that your daily routines are always aligned with the highest impact actions for your life. Build habits that strengthen character. Discipline is not just about productivity, it is about who you become. Daily habits shape your values, mindset, and resilience. Reading daily, practicing patience, exercising self-control, and committing to integrity all reinforce focus and discipline. Character-based habits influence every decision you make. They ensure that your success is sustainable and meaningful. When your habits strengthen both skill and character, your personal growth becomes unstoppable and your results become inevitable. Finally, understand that daily habits are the engine of progress. Motivation may inspire, but habits deliver. Every day you choose action over inaction, focus over distraction, and discipline over convenience. You build momentum for success. Small, consistent steps add up to transformation. Create routines that reinforce your goals, protect your energy, track your progress, and strengthen your character. When habits align with purpose, focus, and discipline, you become unstoppable. Arsendling can be your most productive and growth-filled year if you commit to building and maintaining the habits that guarantee progress. Number 7, reflect and adjust daily to stay on your path. Your life moves in the direction of your daily reflections and the adjustments you make from them. If you want Arsendling to be a year of real growth, focus, and achievement, you must understand the power of reflection. Reflection is not a one-time activity or a yearly exercise. It is a daily practice that keeps you honest with yourself, sharpens your focus, and ensures that your actions align with your goals. Without reflection, you are like a ship without a compass, drifting through the currents of distraction, opinion, and circumstance. Daily reflection allows you to evaluate what is working, what is not, and what needs immediate attention. Reflection begins with asking yourself simple but profound questions at the end of each day. Did I take the right actions today? Did I stay focused on my priorities? Did I waste time or energy on things that do not matter? Am I moving closer to my goals or further away? These questions may feel uncomfortable, but they are necessary. They force honesty. They highlight gaps between intention and action. You cannot improve what you do not see clearly. The answers guide your next steps and help you avoid repeating mistakes. Adjustment follows reflection. Reflection without action is wasted effort. Once you identify what is working and what is holding you back, make deliberate changes. If a habit is unproductive, replace it with one that drives results. If a task took more time than it should, find a way to streamline it. If a relationship or influence drains energy, set boundaries. Every adjustment, no matter how small, compounds over time. Your daily decisions accumulate into long-term momentum. Growth is the result of repeated intentional corrections that keep you aligned with your purpose. Track progress to make reflection meaningful. Use a journal, planner, or digital tool to record what you accomplish each day. Seeing your actions in writing provides clarity. It makes successes visible and failures obvious. Trekking allows you to notice patterns and understand cause and effect in your life. When you review your day, you have data to work with, not just memories. This structured reflection ensures your adjustments are based on reality, not assumptions. Awareness plus action equals progress. Imgarm this step allows small mistakes to grow into larger setbacks. Reflection also builds accountability. You cannot escape responsibility for your choices when you review them daily. You see what you did well and where you fell short. This awareness keeps excuses in check. Accountability develops discipline and integrity. It forces you to confront laziness, procrastination, and distraction. Over time, this self-discipline becomes automatic. Daily reflection transforms your approach to work, relationships, and personal development. You no longer rely on external pressure to push you forward because you create internal pressure through awareness and honest evaluation. Reflection sharpens focus. It reveals whether your energy is being spent on priorities or distractions. Most people drift through their days, reacting to interruptions, responding to every notification, and chasing every new idea without a plan. Daily reflection helps you identify these diversions. It highlights where your focus is strongest and where it falters. Once you know this, you can adjust your routines, set boundaries, and dedicate time to actions that matter most. Focus becomes a skill that you refine each day through conscious review and deliberate correction. Reflection also strengthens resilience. Life will throw challenges, failures, and unexpected obstacles your way. When you practice reflection, you see these moments as learning opportunities instead of defeats. You ask what went wrong, why it happened, and how you can prevent it in the future. Daily reflection teaches you to respond rationally instead of emotionally. It trains your mind to adjust and adapt quickly. Over time, this practice turns setbacks into momentum. The more you reflect, the less you are blindsided by challenges, and the more you learn to navigate them strategically. Use reflection to align actions with long-term goals. It is easy to get caught up in urgent tasks that feel important but have little impact on your vision. Daily review allows you to evaluate if your actions contribute meaningfully to the life you want. It helps you stay on path and avoid distractions that derail progress. Adjustments can be small shifts in focus, reprioritizing tasks, or even saying no to non-essential activities. Staying aligned with your goals ensures that every day, every hour, and every choice is moving you forward instead of sideways or backward. Reflection fosters gratitude and perspective. As you review your day, notice achievements, no matter how small. Recognize progress, learn from mistakes, and celebrate commitment. Gratitude enhances motivation and energy, making it easier to maintain focus and discipline. Perspective helps you avoid frustration when progress feels slow. Daily reflection balances honesty about shortcomings with recognition of success. It keeps your mindset positive, grounded, and growth-oriented. When you combine reflection with gratitude, you maintain the emotional fuel required to sustain effort over the long term. Finally, understand that reflection is a daily commitment to yourself. It is the habit that connects effort, focus, and discipline to meaningful results. Without it, your actions can become scattered, reactive, or misaligned with your vision. With it, you gain clarity, make smarter adjustments, and move forward intentionally. Reflection transforms ordinary effort into strategic growth. Each day you review, evaluate, and adjust, you become stronger, more focused, and more capable. In Arsendling Arsawur, make reflection non-negotiable. Let it guide your actions, shape your decisions, and ensure that your progress is consistent, deliberate, and unstoppable. Your life will never change until you take full responsibility for your actions and commit to doing the work that others avoid. Every step we've discussed, from focusing on yourself, measuring success by effort, creating daily habits, to reflecting and adjusting, is part of the same truth. Nothing meaningful happens by chance. Progress is deliberate, consistent, and intentional. It requires you to make hard choices every day. It requires you to decide what matters most, cut out what doesn't, and dedicate yourself fully to your own growth. You cannot outsource your success, and you cannot rely on luck. It is earned through focus, discipline, and relentless effort. People will try to distract you. They will question your choices, criticize your efforts, and tempt you to give up. Opinions will be loud, but they do not determine your results. Your effort, your habits, your focus, and your discipline determine your life. If you spend your energy trying to impress, pleasing everyone, or seeking approval, you waste your power. Instead, channel that energy inward. Invest it in yourself, your skills, and your purpose. The more you concentrate on improving yourself, the faster you grow, and the more unstoppable you become. Consistency is the key. Motivation comes and goes, but daily action compounds over time. Every choice to show up, every small habit repeated, every moment of focus builds momentum that no one can take away. You may not see the results immediately, but they are happening. Success is like a bank account. Every deposit of effort adds up. Ignore temporary frustration, delay gratification, and remain committed. Your life is created by the habits you honor, the effort you give, and the adjustments you make daily. Discipline and focus are non-negotiable. The enemy of progress is distraction, laziness, and indecision. If you want extraordinary results in Arsendling Arsawur, you must protect your time, your energy, and your attention. Daily routines that reinforce focus, habits that build skill, and reflection that sharpens your strategy are not optional. They are the tools of those who win in life. You will face challenges, delays, and moments when giving up feels easier. But those who persist through discomfort are the ones who achieve greatness. Reflection is your compass. Without evaluating your actions, you risk drifting. Daily reflection allows you to see clearly where you are succeeding and where you need adjustment. It gives you honesty with yourself. It prevents repeating mistakes and ensures every action aligns with your goals. Accountability grows from reflection. The more you track your effort and progress, the more empowered you become. Success is not defined by luck or opinions. It is defined by your commitment to continual growth, refinement, and consistent action. Effort matters more than recognition. Too many people stop because no one notices their work. Stop waiting for applause. Stop waiting for external validation. Real progress is built quietly, behind the scenes, day by day. When you measure your life by the effort you put in and not by the opinions of others, you gain freedom, confidence, and unstoppable momentum. Your standards, not external voices, should guide your path. Your dedication, not the judgment of others, should fuel your actions. The results will come, and they will be remarkable because you earned them. Your habits shape your character and define your trajectory. Every decision you make repeatedly becomes a pattern that either strengthens your focus or weakens it. Choose habits that reinforce growth, discipline, and excellence. Invest time in learning, in executing, in refining your mind and body. Protect your routines fiercely. Eliminate distractions. Commit to the habits that build your future. When effort, focus, and reflection come together through daily habits, you create a force that no circumstance or opinion can derail. Your life becomes a product of intentional, relentless action. Every day is a new opportunity to focus only on yourself. Now, stop comparing, stop worrying, and stop giving power to others over your confidence and direction. The world will always try to pull you into its chaos, but you must remain disciplined, intentional, and centered. Your growth is your responsibility. Your results are your responsibility. The future you want in Art Handling Arts of War will not happen without your full commitment to your own path. Own it, protect it, cultivate it, make every day count. Now is the time to act. Commit to focus, discipline, and self-reliance. Build habits that reinforce your goals. Reflect and adjust daily. Measure success by your effort and not by external opinion. Protect your energy from distractions. Do the work that others avoid. Be honest with yourself and hold yourself accountable. Every step, every choice, every moment counts. Your life is your responsibility, and your results will reflect the actions you take today. The power to change, grow, and achieve is already in your hands. The question is simple. Will you take it seriously, or will you let another year pass without achieving what you are capable of? Focus only on yourself, measure your effort, commit to your habits, reflect and adjust. Protect your focus. Stay disciplined, execute relentlessly, do this consistently, and Art Handling Arts will become the year that changes your life forever. Your progress, your results, and your growth are waiting for you. All that remains is for you to take full responsibility and move forward without hesitation.